Wow, it's a good thing Joe remembered to put his plastic down. We've got the countertops kind of covered up a little bit. You know, try to be mindful and keep things clean. And every once in a while, if you got to sweep up, you can. You're at someone's place, even if it's your own, right? Ah, holy cow, I'm all out of breath. Why am I out of breath? Because I had to cut this little piece of pine for some sheetrock backing, and I used a hacksaw. That's all I had here. You just make do and get the job done. Now, the next step, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put some sheetrock backing up here. Because once I cut the sheetrock to here, I've got the circle of the light right here. There's hardly going to be anything holding up this piece. Now, do I have to put a 2x4 across here up above, nail it in and all that? No. This is quick and dirty. I've got just a piece of pine. I'm not even going to cut it all the full length. I'm going to hold it right like that. Just like that. And I'm going to screw it to this piece of sheetrock here. And that's going to help kind of hold this in, because I don't have any sheetrock backing here. You only need sheetrock backing on a patch like this at both ends, but because the light fixture is real close to this end, I want this piece of patch to attach right in here, okay? And so I can use the existing sheetrock to hold up that little bit of a patch. It's not going to be that big of a deal. All right. Now, you just want to make sure, depending where your light was going to be, see this light, I know it's going to be right about in the middle. And so that light's going to be about like that. Okay? So this piece is plenty. Had it been over too close, I would have had to have done something else, wouldn't I have? Okay, so I'm not too concerned that. I'm just going to take some 1¼ sheetrock screws, hold this up there tight, and screw it in. I don't want to go too far. I can do it just flush, because remember, I've got a piece of tape that goes there anyways. This does not have to be countersunk. Make sure you don't screw it into any knots. I got a knot over here. I don't want it too close to the edge of this. This is existing sheetrock. It's 50 years old and it's pretty brittle. That's all I'm going to do. Like that. And I'm going to put my other piece up the same way. Just going to hold this up here. Make sure I'm flat. And wow. Okay. Hold that right in there. And screw it in. I'm just holding the the 1x4 on the back side. I've got a little piece of pine. I could use Douglas fir, but I had the pine. It goes right in nice and easy. There it is. That's all I'm going to do with that. I wanted to get you up here nice and personal and just show you something. See this right here? See that little copper wire? Right there. It's wrapped around a nail on that old bracket, and then that wire goes to the next light fixture and the next light fixture. And in the old days, that's how they used to ground everything. They would use a big, huge, long wire and then crimp it where they had to, you know, every 50 feet, you know, 150-foot roll to a 150-foot roll, whatever. Make connections and do all the light fixture boxes, all the wall switch boxes, the electrical outlet boxes, and they would run that on the joists and on the face of the studs before they put sheetrock. That was all of your grounding. Okay, so I know this house is all grounded properly that way. All right. So another good reason. Now, when I cut that before, I used a sheetrock handsaw and I did it nice and easy. Had I used a Sawzall, I could have zipped right through that. Had I have done that, and taking care of noticing that and thinking, oh, there's no problem, I don't need to do anything with that. I would have to pull it back up on the back side. I would have to pull this down and crimp it with another little small extension piece, or else I lose my ground to some of the light fixture boxes or wherever I'm at. Okay, so remember that if you're working in old conditions. It's not always, I've told you before, all old houses are not necessarily created equal. So you've got to check it out on your project.